What is up, everyone? My name is Alex and welcome back to Truly Bedrock. Friends, in the last episode we've decorated our apartment here on Truly Bedrock apartment complex, and would you look at that, we already have neighbors. That's right, of all the possible places they could have been living, apparently JCB decided to be my one door over. Foxy decided, of all people, to get to live in on the same floor as me, and Beatstone, of all the places he could have picked the apartment right on top of me, making me once again question why didn't I just take the top floor. Like I could just this entire issue could have been avoided. But hey, my apartment does have a balcony and his doesn't, so I win. Haha, haha, haha. He's gonna flood me at some point. He's definitely gonna flood me. Anyhow, this is all fine and dandy, but there is actually something that I should have done the last episode that I didn't, because frankly I forgot, and I apologize for it. That something is update our little bookshelf of comments here at the store of the proper pick. So let's go to the bookshelf. Let's get to it. Check this out. I actually renamed it. I renamed the thing. I had to reassemble the entire thing. Sadly, it was so much construction noise. But I have now updated the name of the chest, and I now need to update the book itself with not one, but two new comments. One for the previous episode, one for the episode before that, and one more. But that's a little surprise that will help us later. So, for episode 3, the comment of the episode is gonna be Victim Born, who says, maybe invite Alice to run. Maybe. So, for episode 3, the comment of the episode is actually gonna be a comment by Furious Rudy, who said, how about we name the pig Dumblet? And yeah, you know what? The pig in question being the pig who is responsible for the dumb bank. I believe that's a very cute and very interesting name. Also, we now have a goat who has been here in the wall of the bank for like a week, so I'm pretty sure he's not finding anywhere else. So yeah, congratulations. We now need a name for the goat, for the bank goat. I'll leave a name in the comments. For episode 4, the comment of the episode is going to be by John Michael Perez, who commented, Zloy, you forgot the common book, lol, and oh my god, I did. I'm such an idiot. Seriously, why? I meant to do that last video like a week ago. Why didn't that was weird. And there's one more comment on one more video that I wanted to highlight, mostly because I wanted to announce to you that there is one more Truly Bedrock video that you might not have realized was a Truly Bedrock video. You see, last week, on the Saturday, I released a video about building a castle. It's just a part 1 for now, but here's the trick though. That place, that castle, if you haven't realized, is an episode of Truly Bedrock, just a little bit more streamlined to also function as a Let's Build. That's right, in that video, if you thought it was like a pure tutorial, turns out no, it's actually a survival build, right here on the Truly Bedrock server, just beyond JCB's base, and here it friggin' is! Right there! Just waiting for you! You thought that it was just a random video on a completely unrelated to my channel topic, but no, it actually is something I'm building right here. And we'll be continuously building further and further later into these videos. So, as of right now, I have 2 series on my channel, both recorded on the same server. The Truly Bedrock survival thing, and also a survival let's build of this very castle. So if you're into TV and if you want more of TV, do watch those castle videos. They are still a part of what I'm doing on Truly Bedrock, and this castle technically is my starter house. I don't know why Liara was passing by, but I'm guessing she was passing by. Anyhow, the comment on that video that I wanted to highlight is by HC's channel, who has actually commented several times on that video. And all of their comments are really, really nice. I really appreciate it. But the comment that I really liked was this one. Why does YouTube think Zloy is in London? Is UK the only place allowed Gothic castles? No, Gothic style originates like in Europe, but not specifically in the United Kingdom. The reason my later videos are now like set in London or whatever is actually very precise and very interesting. You see, I started manually marking my videos as recorded in London. I've started to suspect that my videos are not being recommended to my English subscribers because I am myself a Russian person recording and uploading them from Russia. Meanwhile, my videos are not being recommended to Russian subscribers because they are in English, and why would they? And as a result, I'm theorizing that because of my physical location and where I live, my videos might not be being recommended to literally anyone. And I decided to try and combat it by simply marking them down as recorded in London because, again, that's where the actual computer hosting the Truly Bedrock server is. So, technically, it's actually correct. Lady, why? Why are you here? Okay, she's here to bring me some copper. Much appreciated, I have an entire castle to cover in it. So while this castle build is currently heavily work in progress, I know, because I'm already in progress of making the next video about how I'm working on it, I do think that it's about time I actually started moving into here, because, well, I mean, it helps to have the hotel room, the apartment, the flat or whatever, but it's just like there's no place like home, especially when home is this big and luxurious, like holy crap. So we need to start efforts into actually relocating, and by we, I mean myself and my giant crowd of villagers. I mean, after all, look, we have a village that has no villagers in it, and we have a bunch of villagers that have no village. We gotta combine the two together, otherwise it's just not fair to both of them. And look, the biggest issue with my current villager setup is that they're all in the same pen, and I can never tell them apart, because all the librarians are dressed exactly the same, they're rapidly being leveled up to all have the exact same badge down here. And it's kind of trying to, yeah, even name tags don't work. Even name tags don't work because to see what the name tag says, you need to hover over the guy. So we need to relocate them, organize them into little trading stalls and whatnot. And you know what? I figured that actually having a giant building surround a villager, you know, and be representative of what they sell, is gonna be enough of a tip-off for my sorry butt to figure out which one of them is selling mending. So, yeah, that's what I think we'll be doing with the villagers this season. Not just putting them in tiny boxes like I usually do, but actually giving them like tiny houses and tiny shops to actually work out of. And I mean, look, come on. I considered making a villager jail. I have considered it. But then I realized that making a villager jail is how I played every single season of every single server up until now, including Decided Vanilla Season 4, where, once again, I had a villager jail, and also I made them work in mines.
Nice,
Can
man.
I send this guy back to work because I'm fairly tired of him breakdancing him here.
Yeah.
Just ballerina in all over the place. Oh, that, you can do that too, it's allowed, yes, that mine is just as valid as this one. I mean, we did have the librarians in the library during, like, Truly Bedrock Season 1, but even then, they weren't allowed to leave, and it's not like the library was accommodating. So I guess from here on out, we need to figure out some sort of custom designs for the villager houses based on their professions and their preferences and the other stuff that they are selling. Yep. This is now a transforming a Minecraft village video. Actually, I might unironically call it that. Actually, I might unironically make a video like that too. Okay, quick tally up of the villagers and however many do we have. We have 2 Fletchers, we have 5 blacksmiths, we have 5 librarians. All of them of the default plains variety, except for this fellow over here, who is technically a mountaineer. Ooh, look at him, fancy. And he's the mending one, so yeah, he has every reason to be fancy, everybody. He's special! All of you will be special as soon as you learn to sell mending, especially the blacksmiths. Either way, this actually paints a picture, and it paints a picture of just how much freaking work this project is gonna be. So today I feel we'll only be taking a look at the Fletchers, which are actually the hardest kind of patient in this situation anyway. Because while the librarians are very clearly the librarians, and the toolsmiths at least somewhat resemble, you know, what they do with their life, you look at these fellas and no. What does a Fletcher's house look like? Does it have like a bunch of targets on it? Does it just have a bow range in the backyard? What's the issue? What is the deal with them? And that's why I decided that I'm not gonna make them Fletchers. Yeah, in my village, all the Fletchers are gonna be... I mean, look at you, my dude. Yeah, that feather in your hat is really selling it. You two are gonna be journalists. You two are gonna be my press villagers. And the reason you pay emeralds for sticks is because, you know what, I'm gonna, yeah. See, they're journalists because they're looking for the hooks. They're looking for the hook. You'd think that with me being in charge of Hermitcraft Recap, I would have a better joke about journalism, but nope, this is the best I have. This is the best I have. So, this actually entire rebranding of the Fletchers helps us precisely none, seeing how I don't think journalists live in any houses that are like particularly distinct. But that actually is kind of alright, because we don't just need to come up with one house, we need to come up with a house style, you know, the style that we're going to be using for the rest of the village. So we'll begin with something fairly basic and then just gonna put a Fletcher in it and be done with it. Sometimes some villagers will have to play the role of the ordinary citizens. So what kind of materials am I thinking for this project? Well, I do think that we're gonna have spruce log support pillars, and I do think that we will have mostly stone for for the foreseeable future. But also, here's the trick. Because these houses will be for villager usage only, we will not have to be very concerned with the interior of it. Only the exterior and only the exterior aesthetics. Which is why I'm thinking we will actually cheat quite a bit. Check this out. One thing that is incredibly hard every single time I build literally anything is adding any amount of depth to the situation. You see, Minecraft is a very particular game, and it's very distinct about creating depth in it, within it, using particular differences in the blocks. So, if we want this to have any sort of interest in the wall, we will have to step one block away, or alternatively switch to wall blocks, which is something that's been quite a recent addition, you know, comparatively. Basically, the stonecutter revolutionized the entire building industry, and I am here for it. Now, these do have their own downsides, and that is that if we want to do a window in it, it is going to be a little bit peculiar and a little bit just not as good as I would maybe want it. With this particular build, I actually want to try and rectify that by actually giving it a little bit even more depth than we might think at first. Like, okay, yeah, these little, you know, relief-y bit, these little beats down the middle, they're gonna just stay. We'll have to live with them. In fact, we're gonna make more of them basically by accident. But on the other hand, making these little tiny, you know, wall beats appear actually wins us a whole next level of a bevel for our window over here with a thin line of the inner blank wall, creating a little bit of window frame that we absolutely want to take advantage of. Then we just add something instead of glass, because I don't really feel like glass is detailed enough, and bada bing bada boom, we got ourselves a really nice looking window, except for all of the, you know, these bits that are sticking out a little bit, which I do think we actually can figure this one out. Check this out. Boom and a bangy. Did this not even it out? It did actually a little bit. You can tell in this one place. Nope, not what I meant to do. Yeah, here and that corner. It actually did even it out with the plank, with the trapdoor. Unfortunately, the actual corner down here is not really obeying, which is fine. We can live with that. It's ultimately a very minor detail. But hey, also got shutters in there, so that's really nice. And none of this matters because for this particular house, I actually want all of these things to be on the second floor. But that doesn't actually mean that the first floor is gonna be without its secrets and tricks and fun stuff. Quite the contrary, actually. I have a little bit of a... I don't know how to put it, an action plan, like, you know, all the toys that have, like, real action, where you hit a lever and the little soldier swings their hand. My idea for this building is that it will actually have one of the functioning villagers, which is to say that the villager is gonna be a little bit of a, I don't know, animatronic exhibit. Something like that. Now, you see, usually when people do any sort of villager trader or villager, you know, storage hole, they just lock them up in a 1x2 hole, because that's the only way to make them not link up with some random garbage instead of whatever it is you actually want them to link up. And I mean, yeah, I will want to do something like that a little bit later and with different kind of villagers. This, however, are friggin' Fletchers, you know, the idiots who trade in sticks. Yeah, okay, they might be my primary source of the whatchamacallit, of the emeralds at the moment. But at the same time, if they're not gonna show up to work one day because they're eaten by a zombie, I'm not gonna shed any tears. So here's my idea as to how to deal with this guy over here. And it's actually kind of fun in my personal opinion, so check this out. We're gonna put a door, right, around here, where you would expect it, on the porch. But we're also gonna put this fletching table into the porch itself. So, on this side, on the back side of the thing, we're gonna plop the bed for this villager. And this is gonna be that guy's personal bed. The only one, he'll be tied to it, hopefully forever. Now, villagers, when they move, when they're free roam, have a nasty habit of disappearing if they are crossing a chunk. The chances of it happening are incredibly slim, but they do disappear every now and again, and at some point I did lose an entire trading hall to that exact issue back in Season 1 of Truly Bedrock. However, this here porch is not on a spawn chunk border, and also not on a chunk border, and also the villager will actually be locked within the house and outside and within the porch. Meaning that the only trajectory this villager is ever gonna do is stand here, because that's where the workstation is, and at the end of the day, when it's time to go bye-bye and sleep, he's gonna open the door and walk in and sleep. Meaning that for me, an outside unsuspecting observer, the way this is gonna look like is that the guy in the morning just wakes up, just walks out, takes a look at the village, just kind of chilling there. Yep, everything nice, everything nice. And I feel it's gonna be just a nice detail, especially because for this village I want to not just have the villagers who are locked. I want to have a distinct set of traders that I specifically handpicked that are locked, and a number of villager breeder fresh off the press statists just walking around, just kind of doing their thing, just not really being useful at all. Their only job, I feel, is gonna be making this place look alive, and if they die somewhere, well, eventually the breeder's just gonna make more of them, so it's fine, I won't be too bothered. Don't know exactly how we're gonna achieve that illusion just yet. This is all long forward-looking plans. Right now, I just wanna get my one Fletcher journalist who every morning walks out, takes a look at the village and goes, yep, Probably should move out of here sooner or later. You know, I do like to think that I've gotten pretty good at hiding villager cages by now. Or, you know, mob cages in general. Because not only will a villager not walk out of here at any spot, but also no zombie will ever make it up here either. Like, they will get stuck somewhere down here or walk up here. They will not be able, not a baby zombie, not an adult one, to ever deal any amount of damage to a villager within that porch. Now, naturally, they will happily and easily knock down on any guy that's on top of here, but this is going to be an enclosed room. It's not really something that I'm bothered about. And also, the thing is that the drowned could probably still get them, just by the virtue of being in the water and like hitting the tridents, because they have a ranged attack. But the water is a little bit, 20 blocks down below. They won't be able to track them. There's not gonna be a single drowned walking around here. It's fine, it's fine. We have successfully and seamlessly trapped a villager on their own front porch. I mean, not yet, because the villager is not there yet. Let me finish the house, and then we'll do that. So here's what we're looking at right now, and it's a little bit underwhelming. I'll give you this. It's a little bit underwhelming. Because, again, it gotta be. It's a peasant house. Who gives a crap? You know, peasants live in it. Journalists. They're not people. They're people. Please, they are. Okay, point being, what we're doing here is actually a little bit different from all the other roofs that I usually do. Because usually I just go for an overhang. Here, we're actually going exactly the opposite route. We're not doing an overbite at all. We are actually keeping this stuff in line because it kind of helps with the entire Gothic view. Now, this will look a little bit more modern, but that shouldn't be an issue for us too much. Because still, this is the kind of roof that like Gothic architecture uses, and what it actually does is it brings this on the same level as we already have established in the castle. Because that's one issue I have with like all of these houses, all of this, they just don't look from the same era as the castle nearby. The castle nearby is from when the industrial era already started raising its ugly face. Meanwhile, this here is just like, yeah, peasant houses, whoa. And hey, peasant houses, these are nice, but this is better. This feels like it has a place next to that. And that's really all we wanted. And again, this is just the first out of many. So we'll evolve this concept. We'll add more stuff depending on the professions that the villagers get. Right now, I'm very happy with this. But it still needs a little bit more detail here and there. For example, the very framing for the windows. And like some sort of flipping separator between the roof and the wall. Like, I know I said I didn't want to overhang, but like a little bit won't hurt. And also I wanted to underline this one separator here with another line of spruce, like horizontal spruce plank. But a full plank would be a little bit too much, so we are going for this row of dark oak signs. Like, yeah, they have a little bit of a border between them. A little bit of a gap, but it doesn't really matter. You don't really see it as you pass by unless you're really looking for it. And check this out, it's like the exact color as the spruce logs are. So your eye gets fooled, and that's all that we really want from our buildings. Yeah, I am into it. I do think that we did something really nice in here. Now, of course, in reality, this is just a hollow shell of a house. And also, I think I should probably add a chimney somewhere in here, because otherwise we're suggesting that these people just straight up don't have central heating. And that's just sad, isn't it? But, nevertheless, bada bing bada boon, buy Zlo XP. Bet you forgot that we're doing that. But this is also where we need to get to work, like really get to work. You thought this was work, you thought this was like nerdy stuff. It was, but it was way less of a headache than what we're about to endure, because again we are on a platform like 20 to 30 blocks over the sea level. And sea level is where I last left my villagers, so oof. It's gonna be rough moving them around, I'll tell that. Let's see. For this mission, we definitely are gonna need a bunch of scaffolding, a boat, or a couple even, and some leads. The more the merrier, frankly, even though we'll only really need one. Look, Look, I just keep losing them. I don't know where they go. Okay, which one of you Fletcher fellas is willing to depart into the village of villagerness? And also, how do I differentiate between you? At this point, even your prices are kind of like approximately the same level of bad. Alright, so if we this and this, then we accomplish that. And that apparently. Alright, I sure hope that this guy has a lot of health on him, because I'm pretty sure I can just whee! Okay, no, we can't just jump over the fence. We'll have to actually go through it. Yep. Please don't die. And I'll come back for the lot of you later. Bye! Okay, now bear with me, because this is gonna be tricky as all get out. Here comes the tricky part. You thought that was gonna be a hard part? Yeah, it is, but before that we have to go the tricky thing first. Because you see, because this is Bedrock Edition, I can just like leash a boat and lead it with me, but I can't lead a boat out of the water. I don't know if surface tension is that big of a deal or what's happening here, but do you see this, right? The lead breaks before the boat leaves water, and I'm pretty sure that's because they didn't actually want you to just levitate a boat upwards. But guess what, Buttercup? I can actually do it if it's already on land. The biggest issue there is that I'm pretty sure this boat now will take every single opportunity to phase into a block somewhere and suffocate whatever is inside. Meaning that not only do we need to get this guy out of the boat, but also instantly get him into a different boat. And then take that boat and somehow safely transport it 20 blocks upwards without losing any of the passenger to any of the, any of the suffocation damage, because let's face it, we already damaged him well enough with fall damage. We do not need this fella even more beat up. Really should have built the docks before I did any of this here, right? Would have been nice. We would have had some sort of a ship right now. Hey, nice. Now let's see. Scaffolding technically and actually is a transparent block. And this fella is really up to suffocated, but not in transparent blocks, luckily. So, is this gonna work, or is this gonna what? Is my question. Ooh la la, that's a tall one. Alright, let's see how close to the thing we can be before we have to... Yep, there it is. And... Hi, friend! Wow, the momentum is doing you a number. Can you do this entire trapeze act even more fancier? What if I... Ooh. Wow! We can definitely clean this jump, though. That's the trick, though. We can absolutely clean this jump. If we're okay, just absolutely killing him from the fall damage. And that was not an MLG. But maybe we can pull off an MLG. Seriously, if this gonna work, I will be incredibly weirded out with my own ability. But it does seem like the area you can scale using a boat. So I guess he does nothing. I mean, again, if this was a librarian, I would not be doing any of this stuff. But he's a Fletcher, and these guys are kind of a dime a dozen. Careful. Precision. We overshot. He died. Well then. I guess I have to do this entire thing all over again. Geronimo! Well, at the very least, now that we only have one Oh yeah, I forgot that a village self-sustains. Nice! Look, now that we have only one Fletcher, we actually can do quite a fun thing with him. And also, why did you make 2 guys? I only killed 1. Did you kill another one? Is there something you're not telling me? There is actually a really cool thing that we can do with the Fletcher now, that there's only 1 Fletcher. And that is just lure him out of the pen without having to... Yep, there they go. No, what I meant to do is we can actually lure a villager out using a point of interest, such as their workstation that they're definitely bound to. The issue, of course, is that we just came in during apparently socializing hours, so the guy is way too busy actually having a talk to some people instead of, you know, going to work. Okay, yeah, if your friends, excuse me, I'm just gonna steal him for a moment, and by for a moment, I mean I'm just gonna steal him. And here he goes. Nope, there he goes. Okay, here he is. Yeah, follow me over here. I really don't feel like driving all around this archipelago because of you. Nice! I wonder how far we can stretch this stupid distance for no reason. Just gonna drop him off at the bottom of that there river and just put the point of interest up onto the mountain and just watch him have to swim up there. Ah, poor fella. Not as poor as the other guy that died though. There you go, and let me just levitate you. Ah, nice. I cannot believe the scaffolding is this convenient still. Like, this feels like something that should be nerfed out of the game. Alright, friend, that other guy died, but you heavily suspect that this... Oh, now I get it. That guy died because of the accumulated fall damage, probably. Oh well, that's the more reason to not let you accumulate it. See? You're perfectly fine. I don't know what that other guy's problem is. And hey, you already found your home too. That's amazing. Alright, cool. Go there. Nice. And plop. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. He's now just standing there on his porch, checking out the area, learning all about the stuff. Oh, this is amazing. If I want to trade with him, I just roll up and quickly exchange about the sticks to him. Kinda feel bad about his friend though, but we will make him a new friend. It's fine. We really... Did we need one? Oh. Oh no. Oh no! Mild observation. Apparently there's been a minor miscalculation with the embeddage of the workstation in the floor. Because the workstation in the floor, every morning from now on, he's gonna come out onto the porch and just look down like the most depressed citizen in the entire village. Oh my god, that's amazing. I made a depressed certificate. Dude, don't be sad. You have an entire home that you can't escape from. Seriously with this. I mean, it does kind of fit because I'm also down here. Hi there. I can see you. I can trade with you. But also it's so weird. Because he just gonna now come out and just... just every single morning. Wow. He really is a writer at heart. Well, I sincerely believe that I need to finish this episode before I make any more clinically depressed villagers. He just raised his head like... What's even the point anymore? And left. Yep, he just raised his head and left. But that's okay. That's fine. He'll come back as soon as I locate. Oh, but it's so sad. He's so sad. It's so adorable. The first Fletcher of the village is installed. We have the entire art style for the village houses figured out. From here on, it's a smooth sailing, which is ironic because we don't have any pirate villagers. I mean, look. The weaponsmiths exist. They'll be fine. Don't worry about it. They have an eye patch. I'll make them the seamen. In the meantime, if nothing else, then for the safety of my citizens, this will have to be it for the day. I apologize for whatever the heck is going on with the neighbors who are obviously drilling. They waited for me to do the outro so that they can drill. Which, honestly, again, just the more reasons for me to stop recording this video before I ruin any more lives. So thank you, everybody, so much for watching. This has been SlowXP. This has been True Bedrock. Do subscribe if you aren't subscribed yet. Do look forward this weekend to more of the castle being built. And that's gonna be it for today. To be continued. Have a good one. Bye bye.